Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to solve day 26 problem of this month on LeetCode. Before starting, if you guys haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. Problem number 3000, maximum area of longest diagonal rectangle. So you are given a 2D 0 indexed integer array dimensions. For all indices I, 0 is less than equal to I and I is less than dimensions dot length. Alright, so dimensions of I of 0 represents the length and the dimensions of I of 1 represents the width of the rectangle, right? So this, let's say 0 index, and let's say this is 1 index. So 0 means 0th row, here first row. So for 0th row, this first value is going to represent the length and this second value is going to represent the width, length and width, like this. So we have to return the area of the rectangle having the longest diagonal. So here this is length and this is width. So how we find the diagonal? So for index 0, length is equal to 9 and width is equal to 3. So diagonal length is nothing but the square root of 9 into 9, right? So here length is 9 and this is 3, right? So this is how your rectangle looks. Length is 9, let's say, and the width is 3, right? So now you want to find the diagonal. So this is nothing but a triangle, right? And how we calculate this value? This value is nothing but 9 square plus 3 square and the square root of this, right? This is how you calculate, right? This is 90-degree, right? This is your triangle, right? So this is how we find out the diagonal value, right? So this is what we need to do, square root of this, right? So this is the value of this one. So same way we have to calculate this for this one as well, 8 and 6. So we have to turn the area of the rectangle having the longest diagonal. So longest diagonal means here 9 into 9 plus 3 into 3, so square root of 90. So this is the value that I'm going to get. Same way here, length is 8 and width is 6, so diagonal length is square root of 8 into 8 plus 6 into 6, so square root of 100, so 10. So among them longest diagonal is 10, right? 10 and this value. So what I need to return, I need to return the area. So area of a rectangle is nothing but 8 into 6 48. For this one we need to find, right? So the rectangle at index 1 has a greater diagonal length, therefore we return area 8 into 6 is equal to 48. Very simple, right? So here this is what we need to do, right? We can apply the brute force here. Constant size is very small, right? And one more thing, I don't think there is a need to calculate the square root also, right? Here if I don't calculate the square root, right, here also if I don't calculate the square root and I just find out this value 9 into 9 plus 3 into 3, so here 90, here 100, so whatever max is there now, so definitely the square root of 100 is greater than the square root of 90, right? We are not returning the diagonal length, we are just finding out the max. So definitely 100 is max than 90. 100 square root is also going to be max than 90, right? So why we need to find out the square root? Let's ignore that. So 100, we will just calculate 100. 100 is greater than 90, right? So we will just return the area of that, right? So here one more thing, if there are multiple rectangles with the longest diagonal, right, then we have to return the area of the rectangle having the max area. So even if the diagonal length is same, like let's suppose here also 10, here also 10, then we have to return the max area among them also, right? Longest diagonal, then find out the area. But if the diagonal length is also same, then also find the area, right? So here longest diagonal, let's say here is 8 and here is 10, so definitely we need to return the area of this one, right? But let's suppose this is 8 and then this is also 8, right? Then in that case, among them the max area, right? Among them, then we need to check both and then we have to calculate the area, right? So let's write the code, very simple, nothing complex here. You have to calculate the max diagonal square and just set it to 0, so it is going to store the max diagonal squared, right? And then create one more variable, int max area, and here we are just going to store the final answer, right? And then you have to just iterate over all the dimensions, right? It is to the array, so here I can use for each loop simple in this rectangle. So here dimensions you have to pass, and now inside this we have length at rectangle of 0, right? And we have width at this index rectangle of 1, right? And then here we have to calculate the diagonal square, right? So diagonal square is nothing but L into L plus W into W, right? And area is nothing but L into W, right? So this is your area. And now here simple few if conditions we have, right? If diagonal square value is greater than max diagonal square, in that case your max diagonal square is equal to diagonal square and max area is equal to this current area, right? And else here I will just write if the diagonal's length is same, right? So here I will say diagonal square is equal to max uh, diagonal square, right? And if this is the case and area is greater than max area, then also we need to update the my area, right? Max area, then in that case max area is equal to area. That's it. Okay, so now this is done, and here we have to just simply return max area. That's it, right? So let me just format the code and let's run it. So there is some issue here, spelling mistake. Okay, dime, right? So let's run it again. So see, all the test cases has been accepted, right? So now let's submit it. So see, our solution is accepted, right? And the time complexity for this problem is going to be of n, since we are iterating over all the rows only, right? And in the rows we have just one length and width is given, right? So we are just iterating over rows only in these dimensions, right? So I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem. And if you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to ask in comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Meet you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.